So I think we's live. That's good. I'm on my phone today. The oldest boy of mine has taken over my computer for online learning since we're on lockdown level 3. That's what it is. So I thought I'd jump on and give my take on what happened over the weekend with Dillian Whyte getting knocked the fuck out with one punch. I'd like to open with something that I haven't seen anybody open their post-fight review video with. Congratulations to 41-year-old Alexander Povetkin. Everyone's on about Dillian Whyte getting knocked out, but no one's saying congratulations to Povetkin. And he deserves to be congratulated. I mean, how the fight went didn't look like he had a chance. But he pulls one superb, looked like it was going to be a body shot, turned it into an uppercut, and used his craft to outdo Dillian Whyte. Well done, Alexander Povetkin. So, how I saw the fight was, Whyte. The first round was interesting. I thought it was very competitive, the first round, and I thought Alexander Povetkin won the first round just based on the volume of work that he did. Yes, Dillian landed more clean and effective punches, but not enough of them to get the first round for me. The second round, however, was a bit different. I thought Dillian stepped it up a bit. He landed a few more clean, effective punches. And for me, that was enough to outdo the volume of what Povetkin was doing. A lot of Povetkin's shots were getting blocked, but he was landing the odd one as well. The third round could have gone either way, in my opinion. I wouldn't argue with anybody who gave the round to Dillian or to Povetkin. It was a swing round. Round 4 was obvious. It was 10-7 to Dillian Whyte with 2 knockdowns. Now, the first knockdown was a left hook, and it didn't seem to damage Povetkin too much. He seemed a bit off balance. It was a punch he didn't see coming, but it didn't land that heavily, and he seemed fine after. The second knockdown was a little bit more damaging, but luckily it was 15 seconds before the end of the round, so Povetkin was up like a shot and managed to make it out of the round. And then the fifth round, of course, was the hybrid punch. The one that Dillian thought was going to be a left hook to the body, but Povetkin switched it to an uppercut. Dillian didn't see it coming, and he got knocked the fuck out. Now, a couple of comments gone around. I see David Hay said Dillian deserved the 10 count from the referee. There was no reason to count, man. He was out like a fucking light. He was out. Even 5 minutes after, before they played the replays, Dillian was up and about, but he didn't even know where the fuck he was. So, you're full of shit, David Hay. Just like your whole career. But, I made some money on the weekend. I took a multi-bet, took Alan Babbitt by KO, and my reasoning for that was I just thought Shondell Winters has been softened up a bit. He's got a couple of good wins under his belt, beating a couple of unbeaten prospects in Alexander Tislenko and Joe Jones. In both of those fights, he was losing. And the Joe Jones fight in particular, he'd been down twice in the fourth, just like Povetkin, but came back with one punch and KO'd John Jones. No, not John Jones, Joe Jones, sorry. Similar with Tislenko as well. He was losing that fight, but came out with one big punch. And I've never thought that much of Shondell Winters. He can be tricky, but against somebody who has relentless pressure, heavy hands, and a fairly good chin, like Alan Babbitt, I couldn't see Winters having a shit show in hell unless he got out of 3 rounds. If he made it through 3 rounds, then the rest of the fight could have been Winters. But I just didn't see it happening. So I chucked that into my multi, Alan Babic by KO, and then I also picked Povetkin by KO. Now, I didn't have a lot of faith in it, but I thought, shit, he's paying, was it 7-1 for a knockout, and none of the other odds on the fight were very good. So I picked it, crossed my fingers, and then when this knockout came, I was jumping around the house screaming, yeah, the kids were freaking the shit out. Not only because of the money I had on the fight, it was paying 11-1 in the multi, so I got paid well, but I think Dillian Whyte got what he deserved. And it's not a fact that I don't like Dillian Whyte. It's a fact that I don't like the bullshit that Dillian has been spreading outside of the ring. He's been going on 1,000 days. 1,000 days I've been number one contender and I still don't get a title shot. Well, he turned down 2 ordered mandatory eliminators while he was number one. That's another reason why he stayed there for so long without getting a title shot. And he was offered to fight Dominic Breazeale as well for $5 million for the mandatory position. So there was Luis Ortiz, Kubrat Pulev, and Dominic Breazeale. And he turned down all those fights prior to him getting a mandatory eliminator. And when he did get a mandatory eliminator, his team had to request it to be so. It wasn't something that the WBC had ordered and decided was going to be. They had to request it to get it. So, the story that the WBC have treated Dillian Whyte unfairly is bullshit for me. He put himself in that situation. He ducked 2 top 10 fighters because I don't think he thought he could win. So he could get an easier track to a title fight. And he's put it off. He also turned down a title fight against Joshua, don't forget. He put it off, didn't take the opportunities when they arisen, and now this happens. So, good job, Dillian. You got what you deserved. Now, the fight itself, watching Povetkin in that fight, I think he's shot. I think he's shot now. Time catches up on you quick once you pass 40. I think he's going to be 42 in September. So, he's a couple of months younger than me, but I know very well that shit starts catching up with you all of a sudden really quickly once you pass about 40. And it seems to me that his legs are gone now. His balance isn't half as good as it used to be. His timing is way out. His punch resistance isn't as good. Those 2 shots that he went down with in the 4th round, I don't believe that would have put a Povetkin of 5 years ago down. And I think a lot of it's attributed to his reflexes and balance due to his legs not being right anymore. So based on this performance from Alexander Povetkin, yes, he's still got power. Yes, he still knows how to box for sure. And he's a threat to anybody in the top 10 of the division, no problem. However, it's going to catch up with him, I think. And it looks like Dillian Whyte's going to have a rematch. There was a rematch in the contract because he was the interim champion. So he gets a rematch. It looks like he wants it in December. And if that second fight comes around, I think Dillian Whyte's going to beat Povetkin. He'll be smarter. He'll try and keep a better range. Don't let Povetkin in close to him if he does tie him up. I mean, Dillian's got a, 82-inch reach or some crazy-ass shit like that for somebody who's 6'4". He's got long, drunk, knuckle-dragging monkey arms. He needs to use those to keep the small man away. And without Povetkin having the speed he used to have, the footwork he used to have, I think Dillian will beat him handily. I think he'll probably beat him on points, to be honest, because he's going to be careful. Ain't nobody wants to get knocked out twice by a 41-year-old has-been, right? But Dillian can come back from this, no problem. But I do think Dillian got exactly what he deserves. I think this is a serve of karma. You want to duck opportunities, piss people around, then whine like a bitch that you haven't got what you deserve when you haven't done the tasks that the governing body asks you to do. A situation like this, a one punch, knocked out, clean, sparked, on your back, is exactly what you deserved. It's a fucking wake-up call. So wake up, Dillian. And that's about my thoughts on the fight. Now, I haven't really streamed much on my phone, so just going to have a look. There's a chat here somewhere. What do we got here? Okay, so I click on live chat, do I? Hey, live chat pops up. And it disappears again too. So that's unfortunate. Oh, there we go. So this was just going to be a quick stream to give my thoughts on what's going on. Hannibal in the house. Oh, the chat keeps disappearing. What a bitch of an idea. Maybe I'll just halt it there if it's not going to let me read these comments. It's not doing what I want it to, peeps, so I might have to flag it. Live chat. Simple boy in the house. Doesn't matter what you say. Of course it doesn't matter what I say. It's opinion, man. Everybody's got an asshole just like an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. What does matter is Dillian Whyte has been talking about what he's going to do and this and that, all talking about things ahead of the fight that he just lost. He was overlooking Alexander Povetkin and he paid the price. And like I said, to me, it's a big dose of karma. He got exactly what he deserved. And I've got 2 words for that. Ha ha! Man, this chat keep disappearing is fucking annoying. Can't even get through one comment before it disappears. All right, man, I'm going to close this down here if I know how to do it. But that's my opinion on what went on with that fight. I mean, there's no way Dillian can't come back from this. There's none of this. He's done. He's finished. The worry I have about Dillian now is the nerves in his chin. He's been fully sparked out heavily twice now. And those kind of knockouts can take a toll on the nerves in your chin. I mean, for me, Dillian Whyte's never been that high skilled a fighter. He's clumsy. He has improved a little bit, right? But he's never seemed that coordinated. And I always thought that when it comes to the elite of the division, he's going to get found out one way or another. I didn't think it'd be Alexander Povetkin. I thought he's Not fast enough anymore. Sure, he hits hard, but I didn't think Dillian and let him in close enough to get those shots off. But he did, and he paid the price right. Dillian has a hell of a lot of dog and fighting spirit in him, and he uses it to his full advantage. But yeah, I thought he got a bit lucky against Parker. I think he got a little bit lucky against Revis as well. The shots he got put down with didn't damage him too much. I think he had some assistance from the officials in the Parker fight. So yeah, I think Dillian's definitely inside the top 10. He's a top 10 fighter. But on any given day, any of the top 10 could beat him, like we've just seen. So that's it from me. Peace out. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Now, how do we close this down?